The topic is converting equations from cylindrical to rectangular form. Alright, so now we're going backwards. So convert the cylindrical equation r equal to. Now all we can have, we're supposed to get x, y's, and z's. That's it. Alright, so r equal to. How can I get x and y's? Use this formula, because I need r squared, so I can write x squared plus y squared. Right? So what I do, I can square both sides. So I'll get r squared equal 2 squared, which is 4. Now I can use this equation. So I get x squared plus y squared equal 4. It's actually the cylinder right. Now next example, convert the cylindrical equation theta is equal pi over 4. Now again, the only way I can get x and y is use this formula. So how do I use it? This means that tangent of pi over 4 is equal y over x. But tangent of pi over 4 is just 1, which means y equal x. Now we have, remember when we want to graph it, we know pi over 4 is right there. So basically I know that x is positive and y is positive. So we're only going to get half plane. Right? We don't get the other side. Alright, next example, convert the cylindrical equation r equal 6 sine theta to rectangular form. So r is equal 6 sine theta. Again, when I look at the formulas I only have one that has sine, which is r sine theta. So I need the r on the right side. So what I'll do, if I multiply the right side by r, but if I do that, I have to multiply the left side also by r. R times r, let me do that, which is r squared. Right? Now I know my r squared is what? X squared plus y squared. I'm using this formula. And I know that r sine theta is equal y. Right there. Right? So that's the equation. If you want to know how the graph look like, or the surface, x squared plus y squared, I'm going to subtract 6y equals 0, complete the square. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 3 squared equal 3 squared, 3 squared to both sides. This will be x squared plus y minus 3 squared equal 9. Right? Alright, so the center will be 0, the y is 3. Let me try it. So it's going to be a cylinder. X is 0, y is 3, and the radius is 3, so I'm gonna get 3. This is 6, so I get this circle, and the z could be anything. So kinda like this is the axis of symmetry. So we get that cylinder. Alright, last one. Not last one, probably have more. Yep. Convert the cylindrical equation z equal r squared. So remember, z stays the same, but r squared end up to be x squared plus y squared. So we know this is just the parabola width. Right? So that's the answer, z equal x squared plus y squared, just like here. This is the answer. Let me make sure I write all the answers. This is the answer. Alright, next. Convert the cylindrical equation z equal r. So again, all I see is if I have r squared, well, Well, I could write this as z equal r is what? Is square root of r squared. But r squared is just x squared plus y squared. Right? So we get that cone. Right? So this is the answer. Alright, next, convert the cylindrical equation r equal secant of theta. Again, the only one I have, let me rewrite this. X equal r cosine theta, y equal r sine theta, and of course z is just equal z. So I need the cosine or sine, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite this secant is just 1 over cosine. Right? Now this tells me what? If I multiply across, I get r cosine theta equal 1. But I know r cosine theta is just x, so x equal 1. So I get this plane. Alright, so that's the answer, x equal a, the plane x equal 1. And last one, convert the cylindrical equation r equal 2 cosine theta plus 2 sine theta. Yep. So again, I'm looking, I need r cosine and I need r sine. So what I do, I'm going to multiply by r both sides. Now I have r squared, which is x squared plus y squared, right? I'm looking at it here. And then r cosine theta is just x, so that would be 2x. And then r sine theta is y, so plus 2y's. So that would be the answer. Now if we want to graph this, I'm going to subtract the 2x. I'll subtract the 2y, I'll get a 0, and I'm going to complete the square, so I need to add 1 squared. And then I'm going to add another 1 squared to complete the square. So this will be 1 squared plus 1 squared. So the right will be 2, and this will be x minus 1 squared plus 1 minus 1 squared. So how do I graph this? I know it's a cylinder. I need the center will be 1, 1, and of course z is 0. So here's 1, 1. So, and I know the radius is square root of 2, so assume square root of 2 here, square root of 2 there. No, actually, square root of 2 is bigger than that, it's bigger than 1, it's 1.41, so it's kind of here, square root of 2 here. And then somewhere in there, so it's gonna be and then the z could be anything, so I'm gonna go up. So remember, this is the axis of symmetry, and it keeps going forever here, so let's just do that. Alright, so let's do this. What else? I want to add one problem here that can be confusing. I did not write it in the beginning, so let me write it here. But this one is going the other way around. So convert the rectangular equation y equal x to cylindrical form. Yeah, it can be confusing, and I'll show you why. So first, we know that y is equal x. So let me draw my axes. So I know the y, I replace y by r sine theta, I replace the x by r cosine theta. Now I simplify the r, divide by r, sine theta is equal to cosine theta, divide both by cosine theta, and I get tangent of theta equal 1. Now here's the trick part. This doesn't mean that theta is equal to pi over 4. So we're going to get pi over 4 or 5 pi over 4. Let me just do some trick here. Alright. So tangent is equal 1 means, because remember this time theta is not like phi. Theta can go from 0 to 2 pi. So if it's positive, tangent is equal 1 means 1 over 1, which is this case. So this has to be square root of 2. So this is my theta. And you can tell now theta is equal to pi over 4. Or 1 could also be negative 1 over negative 1, which means in the third quadrant, so this is negative 1, negative 1, this is square root of 2. Now I know this is pi over 4, but this is the theta, which is pi plus pi over 4, which is 5 pi over 4. So the answer will be theta is equal to pi over 4, or theta is equal to 5 pi over 4. Now if you want to graph it, see pi over 4 will give me this half plane, right? But 5 pi over 4 will be this angle. So it's going to give me this one. So this way I'll get the whole plane y equal x. And that's it for this example.